Hello and welcome to Simply Cup. Of all cups, it is week 15 as far as I know, and it is a Nick edition, the best editions around. Look at this, this is peak creativity. This is what you get when it's a Simply Nick edition. So, how good? As we see many cars. We should just keep the camera on here. Look at this beautiful sight. There is 91 players. That is fucking awesome. As it looks like Neardom is the first one to go through the lap. There is a 3-lapper to start it off. What a fantastic map. This is so good. There's no better designing than all of this right here. So, if you don't know what Simply Cup is, it's 10 maps, 3 rounds on each, winner crowned with the most points at the end. And as we can see here, this is what to expect with the Nick edition. There could be some good maps, could be some bad maps, but this could be the best map of the day. Who knows? You have to find out. Could be slightly difficult to see who is out in first, but we do have the checkpoints down the bottom, and we have 5 seconds remaining. So let's get into the live round. Live, good luck, have fun. Here we go. Who shall we spectate? Let's spectate Mr. Kaisak here, who is going for the normal strat. Is this going to pay off? Because lots of people getting a bit slow, but definitely looks like it is quick to go for the shortcut, which are allowed. As he continues to go the safe route, but finding himself in 50th, so I was going to say it's actually working out for him. Oh, he does hit that edge a little bit slightly as the players are going into their 3rd lap. I think Inns might be in first here, as he is getting the first. No, Trashers just with the snipe. Very close. Look how close that is. Once the leaderboard is finally working. And we have those who maybe fell over at the checkpoint or on the drop down. It is risk over reward. But 10 seconds. There is 30 seconds overtime as far as I know. So pretty easy going. Trash is the first though. And Inns just behind, getting sniped. Justin, nearly 1 second behind Trasher and Inns. Crazy. And then Neardom and Gerbe. So let's have a look at Neardom, who did see in the warm doing very well. Gets that very quickly, finds himself in probably 3rd or something. No, he is in 4th indeed. Those buggy checkpoints battling Christian. As Neardom gets that second one really well. Now he follows through with the 78th, but that is definitely wrong. He is finding himself in 5th right now, as Dog also getting some nice lines. Dog, I think, still is in first if he can get this ending well, but he goes slightly wide. But that does work out compared to Neardom, which gets a slight bit of airtime. Dibbler is AFK, as we have the crossroad of all crossroads here. It's just a beautiful sight. I love seeing these small maps with how many players we get. Imagine if Nardea's servers could host even more than 100 players. How good. As mine is complaining about the penalty, but still picks up a 3rd, so that's very good for him. As Mr. Gerbe does get a top position, and Trasher also doing very well. Actually, let's stick with the top camera because look how beautiful this is. Most players now finding that you can cut it. For those who may be still taking it to the safe strat, which is going all the way around, definitely wasting a little bit of time. But it looks like Mime is down first, near them as well. Lat and Nerms in the battle. So we have them coming up right now. Mime in first, near them right behind. Anyone on the other side? Looks like Nerms and Ian's actually with that outer line with the snipes on Mime and near them.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Thanks for the follows. That reminds me, if you're new, drop a follow and definitely drop a sub on YouTube. It all does help out. But yeah, so Ins gets a lot of points for this one. Justin and Gerbe only with 3 and 1 point. That's a lot of loss that I thought they were going to do well. Whereas Neardom, Ins gets so many, move up to 2nd and 3rd respectively. Nerms, Madius, Sifler, Mime and Dog all the way down in 7th and 8th. As we have a ice map now, who has got their drifts on point today. I think players like Dog, Needham could be the ones to look out for. People wanted ice, and here is maybe one of only one, or one of many to come. But should hopefully be pretty easy. There is a bit of flickering there, but who cares? We have more loading. So, a bit of a longer track here. Maybe there could be a few DNFs, but hopefully not. Let's have a look at Max into the first round. Going a bit wide of where you need to go, but we'll definitely learn from that one. Let's see, it goes really well on the second attempt. You can no-slide this one, or drift all the way through into the second drift. Oh, it does hit the side a little bit, and we'll have to get the safe reactor boost. Opts for a full respawn. 38 seconds remaining of the warm-up, so should hopefully still be able to make it all the way. A little bit of lag, but should be okay. As we move to another really crucial slide here. As you can see, some of those players getting it quite good. Bob getting the ring, not the ring, the triangle on the outside, and flipping over. As Max now is coming through on the second final slide. The only remaining section is another, or the first bobsled actually, and then one final drift. So here we go into the first round, and let's have a look at Crushed Expert, one of my mods. Speaking of that, there's possibly going to be a mod edition of maps be created. That could be a lot of fun, I think. So look out for that in the future. But Expert doing pretty well so far. Gets the second drift slightly slow, but he can see his fellow Australian mod, Pormal, right ahead of him. As Expert gets this drift really safe, but very quick. Can he recover nicely? As Paul goes very high, that's going to waste him a bit of time, but gets the hollow line. And ins Dog, and I can't see the third person way out in front. I don't know how they've gained that much time. But it is Dog and Ins, and then Rage, Jay, doing very well as Expert slides into the finish line. What a map. I like this one. This could nearly be a campaign map if I calculated it ever so slightly better. But for a Simply Cup, that doesn't matter. So it is Insane's getting a lot of extra points there. That's really good for his third position. I think, yeah, he will move up into first, as that Trash and Needham only get 30 and 40 points. I think it was Mime there, not getting that many on this one. Let's have a look at another mod now, Mr. Uvo with his nice custom car. Make sure to check out him on all socials. He's a fantastic creator. As Pormal was in first, but does hit the side there. Ooh, Uvo trying a little bit of a tighter line. Does have to hit, or does hit on the side, so let's move up to Dansky here. Goes extra wide into the checkpoint, but has recovered really nicely as Argon gets a bit of a drift out. Slides all the way through. Dansky with the speed, but decides to take off the counter steer and lose a bit of time. Dog, Mime, Geleno, people out in front. Geleno did go the opposite side though, so I think that might waste him a slight bit of time. Dansky straight into the finish in 20th though. Very good from him, as we see the ice hockey field come in hot. Beautiful sight. What is this camera doing though? They added this follow all camera, but it's just useless half the time, honestly. I presume someone's like AFK at the front or something, I'm not sure. But Mime not doing so well that time. Ziflair up there as well. So let's actually check out Mime, see if we will jinx it for him. Let's see how he'll do this one. Pull more out in first. He does avoid that crash this time. Takes the drift very slowly, but very safely. Which is probably what you want for this one. Definitely not an easy drift to do. Reaper, Dog, Justin, couple players out in first. Formal and Mime going for the inside line. Yuvo out, doing a lot better than last time. Dog, though, really dominating this map. Yuvo, Konsul, Ins, and Justin, some of the players out in first. Mime doing very well, though, in 12th. And can he snipe a few players? No, overdrifts, and we'll have to reverse into the checkpoint. That is really unlucky. I thought he was going to snipe a lot from that inside line there. And I do rate the effort. But on this time, it doesn't work. Yuvo minusing. Justin, oh no, Spider also minusing. That is unacceptable. This map's a banger. But Dog really dominating on this one. Up to 580, 50 points ahead of Ins. Justin and Needham actually on the same points. 4-8-4. And then more 4s and more 8s with the player in 5th. Who was it? I can't remember. As we move on to look at this beautiful scenery. I took a lot of time and effort with this scenery here. It's very creative. I like it. Look how good. This should be track of the day. This is how good it is. So it was Trasher in 5th. Mine, Siflet, Nerms, Jay, and Konsul, who did well on that last map. Reaper also got a lot more points. So let's have a look at Lunge here to see how he does this one. Probably a few people getting debated. They do indeed. Hopefully they respawn, as that is definitely not the way to go. They do find it on the second one. So this was me experimenting with some tilted blocks. I don't really like to free mode blocks, but that start was a bit of a nice change of pace as we move on to the ice slide corner. And then into a very difficult ice, or wall ride I should say. Sometimes with your icy tires, but should be able to get it right before it. Or end it right before it, I should say. To go through the ring checkpoint. And Lounge goes for the left side into the split finish. Just being able to get it. Easy peasy. Still on... No, we are up to 99 players. That is fantastic to see. Thanks all for playing. Let's have a look at Fennec for this first round. Good to see all these Australians playing. That is really, really nice. Actually, speaking of that, not really related to anything, but the time zones are about to change when I'm recording this. So just remember, it's 11 PM Brisbane time. I don't change my time zone ever, so check your time zones. It may be an hour earlier, hour later. Just remember that coming up into the future. Anyway, back to this match. Cheerful Finnick is doing very well so far in 45th. Goes slightly high onto the wall ride, but gets it quite safe and well. Ooh, slightly misses the drift, but you can see players like Pormal dropping all the way down as Fennec goes for the left side into the right side. Interesting. Wasn't expecting that. And then to the finish line. Jeleno, Ins, Milmi, JMJ, and Evo getting the top positions. Mr. Gagi in 22nd hasn't finished yet, but 14 seconds definitely will be able to. Ooh, just misses the drift there. But only Antone not being able to finish. But Ian's still playing very well. Dog dropping down a little bit, however. I missed what position he got on that one. But let's check. Ian's out for round number 2. Reaper and Mime the ones who got out first there. Ooh, Ian's going very high. We'll have to save this a little bit. Drops down to 12th probably. And 15th even. But gets the low wall ride. That will save him a bit of time. Justin, Gagi, after that, worst performance. He's out in first, but I think that was him crashing. So that's not what you want. And someone else flips as well. This is a chaotic round. Lots of players crashing left, right, and center. Just getting that shortcut right at the end. As we have the rest of the pack coming in. Mime though, really doing well on this one. Needham not being able to finish just yet. Only going to pick up 1 point Justin Sifler with 30 points, Matthias with 20. So really a wide range of crashes this round, so not too many of the regular winners getting high scores. But ends moving 20 points out of dog. J&J actually moving up to 3rd place. He was out of the top 10, but has found himself really gaining on this one. Let's find out what he does for round number 3. J&J goes slightly wide, but will have that little bit of extra speed. Here's players like mine once again out in front. Dog ends as always. 3rd time the charm as they are starting to perfect the map. I'm surprised no one's gone through the window. I added a spicy little window cut there, but no one went for it. J slightly getting a bit of airtime. That recovers nicely with some speed. Going for that left side once again. I think the right side's faster because you go inside, but maybe you gain a lot more speed as J gets a nice top 10. So that it's completely split again. I said all the players in the top positions not doing so well, but now most of them really gaining on this final round on this map. Other than Trash only getting 20, but to Ins getting 114. That will improve his score up at the top of the leaderboard. Christian doing well, 104 points. Shine only getting 1. As we have one of our differential maps here. This will be interesting. So it looks like a normal map, but you'll find out that this is a little bit different. Cam triggers. Is it exiting camera when you're in the middle of like the wall ride? Because that's not me. That is Nadeo yet again with another bug they haven't fixed. We went into the Simply Cup today with a lot of bugs. It's really annoyed me, but we can't do anything about it. But I think the bug might be that when someone leaves, your camera is changed. So it's a really bad bug which needs to be fixed. But if that's what's happening, I'm very sorry. But let's go back into the map. Watching Artuvo for this first round. A couple players going the wrong way, so hopefully they will learn to go left at the start, or right I should say, on the first one, and then come through. But Artuvo now hiking through the fields. Players wanting a GPS. I didn't think it was needed for this one. This one's fairly simple as it's a bit slower pace compared to normal. As we see, Artuva gets it very decently. Most players now, though, learning that you do go right straight away. So, yeah, decided to change it up a little bit with this first one. As we have broken cameras left, right, and center. As Sly goes the wrong way. That's not what you want. Let's go to Alex this time. Battling up the top. Zyro gets a lot of extra speed, goes slightly later airtime. No, gets a bit of extra airtime and gains from that. But does crash on that first uphill. A few players falling off the sides. Alex still doing well though in 15th even now. Moving up a little bit. So a couple players still failing to find the way. So going to have some DNFs. Hopefully most of the top players being able to get, as we have our clip here. Some players completely missing that there is that edge there. Let's go to the top camera. Needham looks like he's in first place here. And it is Boris doing very well in Milmi and Sifler. Ones to round off the top 5. So a couple players struggling on this one, but yeah. Bit of a differential map. I wanted to change it up a little bit. Some people might like it, some people might hate it. I think it's perfectly fine. Alec got 52 points in the end. Very well played. But yeah, a couple players struggling on this one. Trash is Sly only getting 1. Sly we saw go the wrong way. Ins out in first. Going to the rest of this one. But let's check out Consul, who opts for the bottom route and does have to respawn. That's unlucky. Let's check out someone else. Domino's, how's he doing? Uvo hits that edge there. That's unlucky. Ooh, Dom gets it really quick on the uphill. Sometimes it can be a little bit glitchy there, but no, Dom goes overslid, or overslide, I should say, and does have to respawn. Let's move up to New Prime, out in 45th, no, even 60th. Dropped back with that checkpoint. Think he had to respawn. Someone reversing into that checkpoint obviously hit the Yep tree. Speaking of that, I think that was Purmal also hitting the Yep edge. Let's move to the top camera. In's in first. I think it's Milmy in second. Alec, I think, doing really well in third. Alec's really gaining on this one. And In's just still playing super, super well. But let's check out the top scores. Uvo, as we did see it, hit that edge, only gets 1. But most of that top 10 getting a lot of points. Reap only with 11 as well. So really going to benefit this top 8 here. In's just playing really insane this week. Not even trying to keep the joke going with his name. But he is really strong this week. Ooh, let's check out Purmal as he clips the edge slightly. But let's continue following him. Put the pressure on. Me not ask for gift subs, thanks. As Paul has to respawn. That is definitely not what you want. As he has really lost some points on this one. Let's move up to Trasher, which has struggled a couple times on this here, but is doing very well so far. If he can avoid this edge, as Sly goes for a risky strat, I thought that was going to pay off for him. Does gain a few by hitting that inside line, but does clip that edge by double risking. Ins once again just having fun. This guy is playing out of the world right now, so that is really good from him. And Mime also picking up a lot of points this round. Dog, Milmy, not so good this one. Jay, 88 points. But Siflair getting 109. I think Siflair was out of the top 10, but has moved up a bit. What about Sly? Sly was really risking it. Has got 52 points still. Gerbe only with the 1. But with that dominant performance has moved to 200 points ahead. This guy is unstoppable right now. But let's see what map we move on to. Could be a tough one. Who knows? As we have a nighttime map. This one's interesting. This one could be a little bit tough. But hopefully should be good. And we have RGB because we're gamers right here. So this is an automatic plus. Let's check out Elo, who goes for the straight jump, who hopefully will find that you go for the wall ride on that first part. But let's keep following him as we move on to where we start to pick up the speed. Days like Fennec and Clips also a little bit behind, as Elo does hit that wall. So it's only the warm up, however, does have a lot of time to gain. Ooh, clips that edge there. That's quite unlucky, as he doesn't go up the wall ride like some players like Christian. Christian is a full speed player or likes full speed, so maybe we'll see him moving up a couple positions. But there's the map. Pretty simple once you know it, but could be quite tough up the get-go. As we do see now the players finding that wall ride. Someone going a little bit early there. Beaver goes for the risky way. That's good to see. I wasn't sure if it wasn't obvious. I didn't really think of jumping straight off there. I should have. This is what happens when you have 100 players over just my own brain. A couple players going for the risky jump still, but definitely not going to pay off because of how much extra speed you get. Oh, Trash going very low now, as we do see him get that little bit of extra speed. But this is the first difficult part as he gets a unlucky landing. So let's move up to Milmy. Doesn't go for the boost, but has some extra speed right here. This is where you can speed slide the whole way, as Milmy does try it there. Ooh, goes for low strat, and is he going to miss the checkpoint? He is. That's definitely not the angle you wanted. So let's move up to Needham. Also, quite behind, and as I was talking about, Christian does pick up a win. Very well done from him. And we can see Needham going for that risky finish line. So lots of different crashes here. As I said, I think this would be definitely one of the more tougher ones to learn off the get-go, as Sifler hasn't finished yet. He does now though, but only with the 1 point. Wait, no, I was going to say, did he miss a checkpoint somehow? But does have at least the 1 point gain. Ins and Dogs still gaining 80. Jay up there in the third still. Speaking of the devil, let's check him out, see how he will go. Goes for a bit of release, I think. Gains him into the middle of the field. Drops it in the middle for that jump. Can he get this next transition right? Goes a bit safe, but that is going to help him out for the next part, as players are now picking up the boost. We have a bit of a freeze, but Jay coming in with that extra speed that he gained from the boost. Goes for the speed slides as well. Goes on the wall ride very low. Is he going to miss? Yes, he is, so he has to slow down. I think, did Trash get the checkpoint? I'm not sure if Trash got the checkpoint there. Jay gets a 14th. Very well done from him. And it is Mime who does pick up the win. Mime, Sly, and the Rens is still gaining a lot of points. Where's Trash? Trash only got the one, so I think he did miss the checkpoint. I had a feeling I saw someone go too far over. As Milmy is complaining about absolute dogshit map. That is fantastic to hear. I love the salt. It is great. Keep it up. But let's check out maybe someone a bit lower. We haven't really been checking out some of these lower players. Jassa. I think Jassa is a very good player, so maybe joining a little bit late. Let's check him out for this one. Goes slightly high. Finds himself in 60th, but has a little bit of extra speed. Gets his wall ride really well as well. And now cuts it through with more speed. Look how much positions he's gaining. Gets that little bit of extra boost. Finding himself climbing up the ranks in 30th now. Goes for a little bit of a speed slide. Players still going for that low wall ride. And now we move on to the final corner, I should say. I was going to say Dog is quite out in front, but it's Jeleno with an insane time. How did he manage that? And gets some well-deserved points. I want to see how far in front he was. He was 0.5 ahead. That is quite good from him. It is Trash after that mistake in the second round. Gets a second place, so that's a good recovery from him. Mime, Christian, Jay, Paul, Needham, and Justin to round off next few positions. Dog, not sure if he's crashed or rage quit, but has played up very well up to this point. He did drop down the leaderboard a little bit there, so maybe he has rage quit. But we move on to a tech map now. A pretty enclosed map. I do like the design of this. Very, very simple little map. Alex says he found the risky finish every time. Pepe point Alex. But yeah, here we go into this one. I think we have 3 or 4 more maps remaining. Let's have a check at Lights. See how he's doing this one. So we have a fan favorite boost right before a corner. I did that on purpose. But if you know what you're doing, you can get that into a drift. So we start with a lot of right-handers. We go all the way around, but then we mix it up with a bit of a left-hander, dropping it into a small transition into the dirt. I think you can go really risky going the high line, but hopefully those who do avoid crashing into it, that's the risk you got to pay. As the Lights go for that late drift, coming through the tunnel, and we have the finish line. Very simple map. Once you know it, 20 seconds remaining, couple players getting that extra little bit of warm-up. Light's trying that drift I was talking about. Just misses out. So it can be a little bit deceptive. Hello, camera. What are you doing? But look at this. It's like the spaghetti on the plate going all the way round and round. Red booster. I started with the yellow booster before the corner and red booster right at the end, just so I could say I had a red booster. But, the camera's on Laszlo, so let's check him out for this one. Goes for a late drift. Pretty good from him, finding himself in 60th, but should be able to gain a little bit more speed, as some players are already crashing. Ooh, just misses out on that drift and will find himself drop a lot. Look how close this one is. Finds himself in 70th even now. That's a lot to gain. Maybe let's move up to a little bit up ahead as near him with that extra speed. Maybe I'll just talk about that dirt line you can get on the upper side of that corner. Someone hits the corner! That's not what you want. He's probably going to get 1 point, whoever that was. As Needham picks up a 4th. Very good from him. And we have the sea of cars eating into sky. This is a fantastic sight. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And we have some of those players just coming in very, very late. Yeah, this map's very satisfying. I think this is one of the most satisfying maps playing on this upper hill or upper camera. So let's keep it on the drone camera here and find this spaghetti bolognese. Who's gonna get that drift really quick? A couple of players completely missing the drift. But look how close this field is. This cannot be separated. Looks like Jazza is in first currently. Inns also, as always, doing very, very well. Let's maybe move up to the top. Let's check out Justin, currently in 10th. Drops a little bit, but is he going to go for the risky line? Inns goes very high, as well as Nerms and someone else there. Doesn't really gain that much time, though, as Justin goes really inside. Speaking of that, he goes there an inside drift and does miss out a little bit of extra speed. Slide, keep getting the edge there. And it's over just like that. Jesus, this map is flying on the way through. Jay only getting 12 points. Not sure what happened to Jay there. But the crashes in this map are so crucial because of how close the field is. Other than Mr. Inns, which once again gets a first position. Absolutely insane from him. Living up to the name. Mine doing very well, still in 3rd, but we'll move up to 2nd with Jay's 12 points there. Needham, Justin, some of the players still getting some good points as we move to Spider with his Yep car in 12th, moving to the checkpoint. Goes very wide in 20th now. Gets the second drift very well, cutting it through, and then we move to our left-handers. Yugo, Paul, some of the players up there. Moment ends on the battle at the top. Spider goes for that very risky line. That was very close, but gains him a little bit of extra speed. Gets the airtime, loses out on that speed he gained. As we have Trash, it does crash there. Nerms, a little bit of extra airtime, but does save it. Spider with a 10th. Very good from him. I was going to look at the fountain, but then our game froze. Thanks, Nadeo, for that. What a beautiful sight. Game crash, yep. Yep, Nadeo. You love this game. Never ever broken. Never once. Definitely not broken at all. As we have... Holy... Well, that's not what I was going to say. Jeleno, thanks for the host. We have a Jeleno host. Thank you very much. We have a tech map now. There's something a bit special about this one. If you want a full risk, you could gain a lot of time on this. But let's see if the players can find out what you have to do. But I very much expect some of these top 10 players to do very well on this one. Continue their push for the top. But let's have a look at Sin for the warm-up here. Goes for the air brake strap. But I think the PF is just quickest. Does have to break for that one, and then has lost the momentum. A couple players missing that. You have to do one more lap before on the upper level. So Sin goes through this pretty cleanly, looking for the drifts, but definitely don't need it just yet, as we have our first risky jump right through the checkpoint. Sin with those drifts, probably not needed, and now follows through for the final section. One small wall ride, and we have the booster into the finish. Missing that edge there. I think there's going to be one or two bonks here. Oh, I've got to look out for that. I didn't even think of that. I just added that as some clean scenery, but definitely going to be some bonks there. But a couple players liking this map, which is good to see. Let's have a look at Sifler in 6th place with his nice, nearly giraffe skin. I know it isn't, but I'm going to claim that it is. But finds himself in 60th. Look how close this battle is, but gets that speed I was talking about. Those players who are going to risk this one can get all these smooth. This is where it really is key, as Portmore misses that 3rd drift. And we follow Sifler still. Does get a bonk, will waste a lot of time. Players like Agron doing very well so far. Let's maybe move to the final corner. Someone there completely missing. Milmi dominating performance, new prime, as we have. A couple players definitely bonking that edge. Fantastic. I've got to do that more. This wasn't. I'm not even joking. That wasn't even on purpose. I didn't even think of that. But there we go. Winky looks like he's disconnected. That is unfortunate. He was doing pretty well. First thing is fully Aussie in 26. Speaking of Paul, let's go give him the limelight again. No, it's going to be lights. Speaking of lights, it's like this game can have or hear what I'm saying. So let's check out lights. Does have to release a little bit, so I won't get this fully smooth. But if he can follow through with a nice drift, no ops for the no slide. There's a couple players going slightly wide. Ooh, someone in the island car gets a bit of a bonk on the left. Lights doing very well though in 43rd. Yeah, there's a lot of bit of speed. Milmi going very high. I think that will gain him some extra speed towards the end. Let's find the bonks at the end. But no one. Everyone missing it. Nope. 2 players. 3 players. And that's it. Milmi in first though does definitely help to go high in these kind of wall rides. Gathers that extra speed into the final section. Mime though still in a second. In's not finding himself doing that great on this map. Only getting 22. Jay 60. Justin 70 points. Milmi in 6. Moves up to 5th. But Shalano with that host toilet, let's check him out. Let's put the beautiful pressure on him right now. Gets first section very well. Finds himself in first actually, doing this decently. Ooh, does have to release but misses that, so gets a really good line for this. Milmi, Sly, some of the players still doing well on this one. Jeleno though, out in 11th. Dominating this one here. Pormore goes for a drift. Let's see if he will gain some time on Pormore. No, Paul actually gains a lot from it, so maybe I was wrong when saying that going high in the wall ride is better. As we have a fantastic skyfall of cars. Evo not liking this one. Mime gets 120 points again. Near him 100. Oh, Jay only picking up 1. Really struggling on this map. Having a few bonks on the side. Uvo only with the 4. Sin also minusing it. Gets 9 points. All the players which crashed on their own accord are the ones minusing it. So, gonna be a good map, I reckon. People just are failing on their own accord. It ain't my fault. But we do have probably the most toughest map here, as we have something which could possibly be a little bit difficult for some of the beginner players, as it is an RPG. I'm not the greatest RPG mapper, but I went for a little bit of a different map here. Once again, a couple U-turns, sharp corners, some tight edges. So let's find out who's going to dominate on this one. Let's check out Mr. Peppy, which I tried getting earlier but didn't work. For this warm-up, does get absolutely debated like many other people for this first wall here. It does find it on the second one, goes through the tree. Peppy finds himself on the run now. So it's, this map involves some very tight corners, some extra jumps, some precise landings, so really going to be tough for some players, but hopefully should be able to be finishable as everything is respawnable. As Peppy now goes that U-turn I was talking about, let's see if he can make it. He definitely does. Gets onto the grass slide. Let's see how many people get debated. Literally everyone. That is what we love to see. I love it. As Peppy now goes into the ice, into the dirt. You can get that bug slide we've seen in previous Simply Cups. And then once again, that is the final corner, as he just does miss it. So, seeing most of the map, let's check out Nero in my skin, the fellow Australian. Ooh, Con doing very well at the start, but does clip the side. Nero also missing it out on the first try. Ooh, does recover on that second one. Players like Cryptic doing very well. Inturbo at the top of the checkpoint counter. So let's maybe move up to one of the further top positions. You've actually got a gamer. Minus is the previous map, but look at him in first right now. As someone slides out there, I was focusing on Yuvo and Sly. Ooh, speaking of sliding out, Sly moves up to first. Goes very high though. Can Yuvo snipe him? No, he can't. There's a Sly win for that one. Yuvo in second. And as I was talking about, this is going to probably cause a lot of DNFs. Rage just goes to the moon. Lots of players just opting to go straight for some reason. But hopefully they can respawn and then turn to the left in time. Lights goes the wrong way. But we have a lot of new players getting the top positions, but that same top 3 still in a top 10 for the round. So Sly gaining 120. Jay actually moving to 10th now. Jay did well on those first few maps and now is really struggling. I can't spectate him though, so maybe he has crashed. No, here he is. Let's find out what he is doing. Jay gets the first part really well. Chops down a couple positions, but finds himself in 18th. Ooh, goes for that risky jump, and look how much time that has saved him. He is into first. He is full risking it right here. Let's continue watching him. Gets that drift really slow, but will gain. Does recover nicely though, but is down to 42nd. That is not what you want. Let's move up to Justin right now. Gets the ice slide on the dirt. Well, probably moves up to about 5th here. This is some really good drifts from him. If he can get the final jump low,
hey,
that's a top 5 from him.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good indeed. But Jay, he had it in his bag of potatoes right there, but lose out down to 25 points. That's not what you want. Ins though, only with 13, and Mayim now has 120 with the win. So that will really rock the leaderboard coming into the final round or into the final few maps. Needham also doing well, so probably a secured top 3. But In's really struggling on these later maps. And now there's 3 points difference. No matter what happens in these comps, this battle is always so tight. It's insane. I don't know what is with this. Like, it always comes down to a couple points within the final few maps, final few rounds. It's crazy. But let's check out Inz is moving to first. Jeleno in second. Needham also doing well. Inz going slightly wide, but gets that extra bit of speed to make sure he doesn't do a JMJ. People not getting debated up the top here. Oh, Jeleno with that shortcut gains that extra bit of speed, and Maverick does slide out. That's not good from him. Mime, as always, up in those first few positions. Insul, I was going to say he slides out, but recovers really nicely. Goes for a very low jump. Does not pay off for him this time. Nearly sniped 3 positions, but doesn't lose out too many points. But Mime with the win is sniping that first so far. Justin only 20, Milmi 70, Matthias with 30. Yuvo struggling for this round. So is he going to minus? I'm not sure. But good to see most players enjoying the map. I wasn't sure if maybe that was going to be a little bit too tough, but seems like it's pretty good overall. Mime 25 points ahead. I think we have one more map. Oh, if this is the final map, this could be very interesting. So let's see if people have big brain here. This is where risk is going to reward, but it's not easy. Let's see if people will find out what you will have to do. Hopefully the start will work. We've seen a few maps where the start doesn't work. But yep, just a bit of loading. This could be an interesting one. This could be very interesting. Keep your eyes peeled on the screen for this one. Techie is actually not playing this edition. This is a map where Techie would strive on or die on, because this risk is either going to get you 120 points or nothing. So players will probably go for the safe strat right here, as we do have the flip. But maybe some big brains will work out with that flip. What can you do from a flip like that? We'll have to keep an eye out. Venter, though, goes the safe strat, is finding himself in 30th. Not too bad, as he jumps into the wall. A couple players getting lost. Oh no, I've missed the... Well, that's a mistake. I didn't mean to miss the wall at the end there, but that's what happens sometimes. As maybe that's a shortcut people can go for. But yeah, so the end is pretty obvious here. You can go for the bog slide to the finish lines or go safe. But there's something in the middle here, which maybe you can work out very, very slowly. So let's keep the camera on the drone, because I want to see who goes for the risk. I want to see a couple players go for the risky strat. It has to happen here. It could cost them the game, but at least you're doing it for the spectators, as someone falls out somehow on that first ice section. Alrighty, we go to... In's going for it, but gets it. Oh, Zemus did get it, but into the wall. Jay trying it, not quite enough. As Maverick does get it, look how much time he gains. It is indeed a nose bug. Mr. Sly, though, well out in front. Trackmania, Homeless, Ravens doing very well. Mime in second still, so that's going to be some good points for him. Couple players going for that middle strat, but probably definitely quickest to go right side finish. So we saw a couple players go for it. What is it if you don't understand? If you've watched any khaki, if you've watched any stunt videos, there is a nose bug potential here. So you go for the flip and you aim for your nose on the ground, and then you can yeet yourself straight into the checkpoint. But it is very, very tough. But Inns is a khaki player. He's got the khaki skin. So let's maybe check out if he's going to go for it. He went for the bug slide tactic last time, but maybe is confident enough to try and risk it, as Mime is moving up quite a few points. So this is where he's going to have to risk it. He's finding himself in first, though. Let's find out. He does go for it, and he gets it! Oh my! And he flips so well! That is a deserved first place. Look how far in front he is. It's 2 seconds. Oh, I rate that. In's going to safe finish, but I absolutely adore that he went for it. And that is a 4th place, because he went for the wrong finish, but absolute mad lad did it. Absolute mad lad did it. I respect it. I respect that. Mime getting 120, so Mime moving up on the leaderboard, but Inns with that respect right there. Still gets 109. Very well played by him. Sly doing very well on this map. Jelena also picking up 100 points. Players like Milmi and Matthias only getting 1. So let's check out maybe a little bit further behind. Let's have a look at Kaizek here. See what he is doing with his fancy little rainbow car. I like it. Goes a bit safe on the start, but gets the turn quite decent. So we have the players go for this jump. Let's see if anyone will get the nose slide, the nose bug, I should say. Did anyone get it? No one got it. Ins though. I think he even respawned and got it. But we have Sly once again doing very well. Elcart, Paul in very far ahead. Sly Elo. In's getting a 3rd. Mime in 4th though, so Mime securing his top position if this is the last map. I think it is, as far as I know it is. Players like Kip, Jazza, Maverick all trying that stunt point, trying to get the respect. But unfortunately we'll get the 0 points this time. But big ups to Ins on that one. I wasn't expecting to see it live, like, especially from the point of view. That was really sick. I was not expecting it, man. But his rotation was so clean. Mad respect. Alright, was that the last map? Let's find out. Oh, there is one more at least. As we have a little bit of a random map here. So this was the one I was concerned about. This possibly has a... hopefully the PF works, but I did make an alternative strat if the PF doesn't work. Hopefully this map works, alright? But we'll find out right now. As we have some fantastic slow mode, then we have some beautiful stunt points. We have another finish, and then a backflip. It does work! Fantastic! That's what we love to see. So we have the whole field coming in now. Our players going over a bit of grass. Can risk it a little bit. Diblet doing pretty well. Gets a... I've never really seen that. I guess because of the red booster off of the top. Gets a little bit of an awkward launch. But Diblet finding himself in 12th for this warm-up. We go down the bumpy slide through the chicane, and then we have another bumpy, jumpy ending, which does cause catastrophe for Dibbler here. But for the players which know air braking will definitely be beneficial, as Dibbler is a little bit struggling right now, but that's alright, it's only warm-up. So it's good to see that the PF does work this time. I have had a press forward in this before, and it hasn't worked, so a bit weird. As Flono does go for the other strat, which I was hoping no one did unless it was needed. But that's alright, I can't really control it. As we have the field, does land it now. A couple players going for the risky strat, but look, no one who went for the risky different strategy all have to respawn. That's not what you want. So we have the whole field coming in. Pepe goes too far. In's in first. Loren's doing very well. Where is Mime? I think Mime's in about 10th in this field. In's though out in first. Can he control the speed through the corner? Oh, Christian with a massive crash. In's, Lorenz, Reaper, and Jeleno. Some of the players out in first. Mime not getting all the way up the top. Hasn't finished yet. Where is he? Ooh, he's so far in front. I think he went for the risky start. That's definitely what you want. And Inns has moved straight back up to the top of the pack. So this is going to be a close battle into the end. Needham only doing 19 points. Sly still at the start. I guess it's probably broken for a couple people. I'm sorry if it is broken. I can't do anything. It's a bit annoying that this game, for some reason, Nado can't make it consistent. They try and add things like the wallbang penalty to make it consistent, but yet it makes it even more inconsistent. Fantastic logic. But anyway, we have Sly on the camera. A couple players again going for the risky strat, but there is that rings checkpoint, so it is very tough to risk it. As we have Sly now going for the normal route. A couple players going for that left strat. Pormal, one of them. I always shout out Pormal, not just because he's mod, but he has that yellow car. You can see it from anywhere. So if you want to stand out in the Simply Cup, make sure you get the brightest color possible. That's Sly doing very well now. In's also in first, so that's going to be good for him. Jay on the comeback. Mime on the comeback as well. How close was it actually? It was 7 points. So we will move to about 20 points different coming into this final round. In's, however, doing very well for this map. So it's gonna come down to the wire. Mirdum is probably gonna DNF. Has 8 seconds. Does crash as well. That's not what you want. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Definitely not gonna finish. So close. And that's not good for him. Sly will move up with that. And even Siflan getting in closer. So let's have a look at maybe Nerms for this final round. Map doing something else. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find him. But we have most players going the normal strat. Looks like Map did go for that different strat which I was talking about, but did crash, so not good for him. Oh, Synchro gets an unlucky jump. Let's move up to Mirdum now. Is that J out in front? No, it is Mime. No, it is Jay. Doing very, very well this time. Yuvo in the battle for top 10. Inns gets a good drift. Mime as well. Mime with the win. But Inns in second as far as I can see. So, I think it's about 15 points difference. It's been a beautiful battle. 500 points ahead nearly of Sly. And then we have another close battle here. Sly will win it. Picking up the third. So I think the top 5 stays exactly the same. Synchro does finally get to the end. Ooh, smashes his head against finish. Can he finish in time? Yes, he can. And as far as I know, that is the final map. It is Inns 2730, Mime 2719. It is indeed the final one, so that is a GG. Very, very close coming into the final map, but it is insane. Just nails it back into first for this one. Dude, that was a fun Simply Cup. I really enjoyed this. That had a lot. I'm enjoying trying to make like a lot of different maps. A couple players not really liking some of them, but that's always going to happen. But here you have your top 10. Sly does manage to keep that third after kind of going up and down the field a lot, or the leaderboard. Needham in fourth, Siflair, Milmi, Christian, Jeleno, Justin, and Matthias. JMJ, I think he got 11th last week as well. And Yuvo, also another mod, getting 12th. Very well done. Thanks for all playing. Thanks for all watching. Hope you did enjoy. I really enjoyed this edition. This was a good one. I really enjoyed this one. I can't make maps all the time, but yeah, I think this was good fun. So hopefully the players enjoyed. Hopefully you enjoyed watching. As I said, if you're new, drop a follow and drop a sub on YouTube. It does help out. But until next time, see you around. And as always, it's on at 1400 CET. Well, as I said, the time zones might be changing. So 11 PM Brisbane time. Just put that in Google and I'm sure it'll come up. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed. And cheers that. Until next time. Bye. Bye.